Hey guys, old Shaman here, and just apologizing in advance. I'm kind of in the process of getting over a cold that I've currently had for the last few days, and so I'm kind of under the weather right now. But anyways, welcome to the channel. Again, this is going to be a response video to a manga tag video, in case you guys didn't see the title, to Jazza Mangas. He tagged me into, he basically tagged me in a video for his manga tag, so I'm going to be responding to his current manga tag that he has out. I have the questions right here on my computer, so I'm going to be reading off of those and giving you guys my responses. I was going to pull some volumes out, but for this video, I'm just going to kind of give you guys my designated response here and now. So the first question is, what is your favorite overrated / mainstream series? For the longest time, it used to be either One Piece or Naruto. That was sort of how it was for the longest time, but recently I would have to say probably Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. Those are probably my two favorite mainstream shonens out there. I just have a lot of love for the series. I've really enjoyed reading Dragon Ball Z, and it tends to be one of the series in my manga collection that I go back to constantly. So that's definitely Dragon Ball Z. Recommend that if you guys have not checked that out. One of my favorite personal series of all time. Next is, what series is more dark / serious than you expected? So this was a very tough question for me. I can't really say that I've been surprised that a series has been so dark. I know that Jazza Manga, he replied with Pokemon Adventures, and I can understand that for some people that's probably dark, especially for Pokemon. That's definitely a thing that I guess a lot of people, you know, when it's dark, it gets pretty creepy and eerie, so that's understandable. But for me personally, I would have to say I'm going to have to lean more towards JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, this is a case in point where it's like, well, when I first started reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or when I had first heard about it, for those of you who do not know, Part 3 was the only part that was ever serialized by Viz here in the States. And that was sort of weird for a lot of people. They were like, okay, well, where's Part 1, where's Part 2? But instead we got Part 3. So when I first acquired the series, I do own the original volumes 1 through 16 of the original run for Stardust Crusaders. For me personally, Part 3 and just JoJo, the JoJo name in general, was different. I was like, well, the name doesn't even sound like it could be this brutally violent seinen series that it's really out to be. It's definitely for a mature audience, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I guess that was probably the one time where I was like, geez, this is dark. Just reading it in general, I was like, I would not expect something from this with a name like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So for me, it would have to be JoJo. That's just my personal preference, though. Favorite manga cover, or at least favorite manga front cover. Now, for those of you who do not know, I'm also a very huge Berserk fan. I really do love and enjoy the Berserk manga covers. But for my case, I would have to say my favorite cover is gotta be, it's volume 37 for Berserk for me. And my personal choice for that would be volume 37. You know, I might, you know, like put a screen caption or something in the corner with the image, but volume 37 just looks very nice. Overall, if you guys look it up, it's got Guts in his Berserker armor, and it just overall looks really sick, to say the least. Really cool that volume 38 is going to be coming out here. Not so soon, it's going to be coming out in July, so we still got a couple months for that, but I'm really looking forward to the new Dark Horse releases, even though I'm missing 2 volumes from my current run, so it's going to kind of screw those things up. But other than that, volume 37 is my favorite cover, definitely, of the Berserk series. What manga do you want in English that doesn't have an English release? This is a very tough question, again, because a lot of the series that I'm currently reading have all been serialized in English. And I guess right now I'll have to twist the question a little bit, even though there is English translations of it. Probably would have to be either Part 7 of JoJo, which is Steel Ball Run, or JoJolion, which is amazing. I'm going to start doing chapter reviews for JoJolion, but I'm telling you right now, I'm just like, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for Steel Ball Run to come out here in the States, because I love Part 7, and I love me some Part 8 as well. So once those get serialized here, I will die happy knowing that at least I got Part 7 and Part 8 in manga format here in the States. right now you can read them online, and I've probably reread part 7 like at least 3 or 4 times. It's just that great of a JoJo part. Highly recommend that, but definitely that. Had to twist the question a little bit, but just that. All right, so what is your favorite fight scene in manga? Oh, geez. I mean, again, this is another tough question that you're asking here, Jazza. But very good questions, I have to say. So, a lot of the times I would say, you know, a pretty mainstream response for me would be, oh, well, the Frieza fight from Dragon Ball Z was pretty good. The fight from One Piece, Alabasta against Crocodile was pretty, you know, it was pretty awesome. But I would have to say my favorite fight scene, it's, you know what, I think I might give it to One Piece on this one. Actually, take that back. I'm going to go with a nostalgic choice. I'm going to go with Zabuza and Kakashi. That was like one of the first fights that I ever witnessed in manga, and probably one of my all-time favorites, so to say. Just the first introduction arc to Naruto and the whole Hidden Mist and Seven Swordsmen of the Mist Village or whatever. I'm blanking out on it, but I really did love the very first Zabuza and Kakashi fight from Naruto. For some reason, that's probably like the most nostalgic choice I could make, as it was one of like kind of the first manga series I'd ever picked up and just read for myself, and it was great. So definitely got to give it out to that one. Probably my most favorite. What manga series do you want turned into an anime the most? Oh boy, again, I got to go back to JoJo, and I know people are probably getting tired of this. You probably see me as, oh, all I watch is JoJo, and that's all I span, but I'm telling you, right now it's just so good. But you know what? Some series do a lot better as an anime, and some series do a lot better as a manga, so you know what? I'm going to say right now with what I'm reading, Goodnight Pun Pun, I feel it would do great as an anime, as just how with crazy and how wacky it is. I can imagine it as an anime. The themes, you know, while suggestive, I guess you could say they're definitely explicit themes, but I feel it could work just as well as an anime for sure. Definitely. So Goodnight Pun Pun for that one, I would have to say. All right, who is your favorite secondary manga character? So I guess by this, they're talking more or less side characters. Let's see. All right, so my favorite secondary manga character, I would have to say, is definitely going to be, in terms of Bleach, let's see. Again, this is a very tough question. I don't know if I have an answer for that. I might have to think about that one. I think I'll come back to that question. What is your favorite sports manga? Alright, so I don't own the series, and I know it drives me nuts because I'd like to get it, and that is Eyeshield 21. Eyeshield 21 was the same artist as One Punch Man, and I'm telling you, if you guys, you don't even have to like football to like the series. Eyeshield 21 has almost, it does have something to do with football, but it's almost, you know, it's to the point where it's not like, oh, it's your typical game of football. It's pretty much the exact opposite of that. But Eyeshield 21 is my favorite. For the longest time, I've been trying to get a hold of it. I don't know if it's still out of print, or at least massively out of print. I know Viz was in the process of sort of bringing out those out-of-print volumes, but I'm not sure if they've finished or if they've done doing that yet. But yeah, definitely Eyeshield 21. That's probably my favorite sport manga of all time. What is your favorite all-in-one volume manga? So one-shots. Well, right now, I do own Solanin and Girl on the Shore. That's some of Asano's solo projects that he's currently worked on. I've read a little bit of Solanin, and in terms of one-shots, I've read, you know, Galactic Patrolman, let's see, Girl on the Shore I finished, but I'm not really sure that's my top favorite. I would have, you know what, I think I'm going to give it to Solanin. So far, what I've read is been pretty great. I'm about halfway through it as of right now, but so far for a one-shot, I'd have to say that's pretty dang good. Galactic Patrolman was okay as well. The only problem is that it has a lot of inconsistencies in the plot, which make it a little bit bad, but other than that, it's overall pretty good. All right, and then now, the last question is, what is your favorite tournament arc? Wow, okay, so tournament arc. Normally I'd give it the Chunin exams in Naruto. That, to me, was probably one of my favorite all-time tournament arcs. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say Shaman King had the best tournament arc. Eventually, once they get to the Shaman fight, and they get through the preliminaries, and they make it to where, I think it takes place in the United States. I think that's where the Shaman fight takes place. It's been such a long time since I've read the story. But overall, I feel the Shaman games were, like, awesome. Like, all the fights that were shown were really interesting and overall really great. So I really actually had a pretty strong connection with that arc in particular, and overall was really awesome. So, alright, so that will do it for the manga tag. Thanks again, Jazza, for making a really awesome manga tag video. Definitely make sure that I leave your link down in the description below if you guys are wanting to check his channel out. He does some awesome manga-related videos, has some reviews up, has his own collection, all sorts of stuff that are manga-related. So, anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys in the next video, hopefully manga-related. Anyways, peace out, guys.